Hello, hello once again, my fellow boxing fans. Yeah, it's time for another round of boxing predictions. 57, I believe. 58, maybe. Anyway, yeah, let's go straight to the first fight that I want to cover. It's on Friday the 9th. It's an in the interim World Boxing Council super lightweight title fight. It's Regis Prograis and Julius Indongo, two very good fighters. You know, Regis Prograis, or Prograis, whatever. He's a great prospect and a puncher. You know, in his last fight, he stopped the undefeated promising prospect Joel Diaz Jr. in the second round. He also knocked out a few other kind of decent fighters, and but here he faces his biggest test so far. Of course, Julius Indongo, the guy who knocked out Edward Trojanowski in one round and beat Ricky Burns, only to lose to Terence Crawford rather brutally in 3 rounds last August. Yeah, well, there I sound a bit like Christopher Walken. Yeah. Well, I guess Prograis is the favorite. Of course, he's the younger man, and so far he looks really promising. And Indongo is 35. I'm not sure how much. Maybe this loss to Crawford has damaged him, while Prograis is 29. And both guys can hit, of course. Even though I think Prograis may be the better puncher. Perhaps not the harder puncher, but just better, more effective one. Yeah. This will be a hell of a fight, for sure. One hell of a fight. I better stop doing that walk-in impression. So I think Regis will win this one also. Since Indongo has now been stopped for the first time in 3 rounds, I think Prograis can do it too. I think this will last like 7 or 8 rounds. I think Prograis will win by an 8th round TKO or KO. He hasn't actually yet scored a knockout after the 6th round, but anyway, there's a first time for anything. So that's my prediction. Regis Prograis to win by a TKO in the 8th or maybe the 6th. Yeah, and also the son of Tommy Morrison, Trey Lip is fighting, but that's another story. Not gonna cover that. Yeah. Then the next fight is that I want to talk about. Brian Carlos Castano is a very good super welterweight contender. He's fighting against Cedric Vito, who is already a veteran, I guess. He has 48 fights, 32 years old. He's a French. Vito is a good European level fighter, but and he has only 2 rather questionable losses by decision in 46 victories. But this guy Castano, he's no joke either. even though he has only 14 victories. He beat Michel Soro in his last fight, and Soro is really considered one of the best contenders in Europe and on world, in world stage. So yeah, I don't know. This fight is in France, so I think it will go. I mean, it may be difficult for Castano to get a victory, but he did get a split decision over Soro, who is French in France. So yeah, he can also punch these guys. Castano. He scored a KO 6 against Emmanuel de Jesus. And Marcus Upshaw, he also stopped in 5 rounds, so he's a good puncher, I guess. So yeah, this is a bit like a rather open fight, but I think Castano has proven himself to be just slightly better, of the two. Cedric Vito, he beat guys that are kind of good, but not really world class. They're just European level fighters, and he lost his two biggest fights to Sergey Rabchenko and Hamlet Petrosyan. So I think Astana will win this on points, I guess. Perhaps by late stoppage even. Yeah, so that's it. The French fight. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, let's move on. Let's bring it on, man. Well, wait a minute. I sorry about this. So anyway, the big fights of this weekend. It's well, you got uh, Rances Barthelemy, who's still undefeated, fighting against Kirill Relikh, who is 21-2 from Belarus. And they already had one fight where both guys were down once. Barthelemy won on points, but I guess it was a close fight. So this time it's for the WBA super lightweight title. I guess Barthelemy is the favorite again. This guy Relikh, he lost to Ricky Burns before that. I guess that's not really a shame, but anyway. Barthelemy is the undefeated one. He's the better boxer, I guess, technician, so he will win again by decision, I think. Yeah, then there is Oscar Valdez versus Scott Quigg. Yeah, these guys. Oscar Valdez is undefeated, of course, 23-0. And then his last fight, he beat the previously undefeated Genesis Servania. And yeah, he's a rather good puncher also. He stopped Yevgeny Gradovich also. And Chris Avalos. Yeah, so of course he's the favorite, and this fight is in Arizona, Carson. Quigg, since he lost to Frampton, he beat three rather good or decent fighters anyway. But he's just not so good, I think. This guy was the reason why he was a champion, super bantamweight so long is that he was always much bigger actually than the other guys. He was just a really big super bantamweight. and now he's a featherweight, which is kind of more his natural division. And Valdez, he's really good. So I'll be surprised. It would take almost a miracle if he won this Quigg. I mean, but I think he will go probably last the distance. So I favor Valdez to win on points, a UD unanimous decision. And one more before we go to the big fight. Or sorry, this was the big fight. Okay, it's another big showdown at super lightweight. It's with Mikey Garcia against Sergey Lipinets. Uh, Sergey Lipinets, yeah. Uh, Mikey Garcia, he's a hell of a fighter, of course. One heck of a fighter, but Lipinets, he has a few good victories also, and yeah, he beat Leonardo Zapavinha by knockout in the 8th round, but that was kind of impressive. He beat the undefeated Haskell Rhodes, and yeah, but of course, against Garcia, it's really hard to win, as Adrian Broner found out last July. Yes, of course, this is for the IBF super lightweight title, and it's in San Antonio, Texas, which of course favors Garcia. There are many Mexicans there, of course. I'm not sure if Lipinets can last the distance, but he can surely give Mikey a good fight. But I think eventually it will take, perhaps a knockout to win for Lipinets, and he can't. I don't know if he's capable of that. I would like to see it, but I would like to see the big favorite beaten at home, of course, but yeah. Especially lately, Garcia has been, shooting his mouth off and stuff, saying some kind of, big-headed stuff anyway about Lomachenko and the other guys. So yeah, but anyway, he's the favorite, of course. I think he will win this. Well, but maybe by a late stoppage. I'm not sure. Late. He hasn't, but he doesn't have any of. Well, he doesn't. He hasn't scored one for a really long time, since 2011 against Matt Remillard. Well, maybe I think this will go the distance. What the hell? This will go the distance, yeah. So another points victory, I believe, will be for Garcia. I will be surprised if he manages to crush Lipinets like he crushed, Zlatić, and yeah. But he will get the decision most likely. This fight will show just how good Sergey Lipinets is. So, it may be that he is even better than we think. Who knows? He's only had 13 fights so far, so that's not a big, we don't have that much to go on. Yeah, so those were all the fights so far. I mean, for this time. I'm glad I got this under 15 minutes. So see you around. Enjoy the fight. Bye bye.